Hello, 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 my loves. Welcome back to Moon Day Messages. I'm so excited for this time around because I have a microphone and I'm trying it out for the first time. Please let me know about the sound, how that works for you. I hope it's better. And yeah, I'm excited. It came today, so. Okay, let's get into it. We have a really interesting shift in energy tomorrow, actually. It is Tuesday. I'm filming it on Tuesday, and the shift is happening tomorrow. So, right now, we are still in last week's energy, which was gate 40, I believe, the gate of aloneness. And if you want to know more about this, you're watching it right now, like right after I upload it, we still have 1.5 more days of this energy. So you can go back to last week's video to get into that. On Wednesday, we're moving into gate 64, which is the gate of confusion. So hear me out. It sounds worse than it is. I have this gate activated in my human design. It is in the head center, and it can bring up confusion. It can bring up confusion energy. It can bring up question marks around specific things that have specifically happened in the past. So that energy is really about the confusion, that phase of confusion that you go through before you break through, before you actually move to the next level of like realization or clarity that has been missing up until that point. So it really is, specifically when it comes to past scenarios, it really is an energy that tries to make sense of things that happened in the past and find meaning in these things. So let me just explain a little bit how it works for me or how it feels for me, because I, like I said, have that gate defined in my chart. If you have that gate defined in your chart, you know what I'm talking about. And that energy throughout this week will intensify a little bit. So the confusion, the extra confusion that you feel about maybe specific relationships, because that is a topic that has been changing recently as well and is still continuously changing when it comes to astrological events. Maybe it is about relationships. It can also be the relationship to yourself, or it can be around past relationships that you have and things are coming back up for you to understand new relationships that want to come in, so that you understand the pattern that might be is trying to repeat itself within your life, so that you understand, oh no, I don't want that because I did that with my last relationship. I don't want to do this again. I learned from that lesson. So it might also show up in a way that you are starting to compare your new partner to an old partner, or a new friend to an old friend, or something along those lines. Okay. So just be open for that, because it is solely a part of the process until you reach the point of breakthrough and clarity and understanding what has to happen next. That part of confusion is just, it's almost like, let's say this is your brain, right? And all of the components that you need to move through, feel through, understand, and logically process that will get you to the breakthrough are within your brain right now, and just like looping around and just like going around bumping on the walls, and it's frustrating because you can't put them together like the puzzle piece that fits together like it has to be for that full picture to be revealed. So that process is necessary though, because by going around and trying out, does that fit with that one, does that fit with that one, let me go into that one, let me understand this one, you figure it out. You will be able to put the puzzle pieces, the components of the understanding together in the way it needs to be put together, so that it does make sense. Okay, so that is that kind of energy. So don't be afraid of that phase, because it is necessary, and just let it happen. Just like try to be the observer of that happening in your brain and your mind and your body. Even you might actually feel sensations that are uncomfortable when these confusion thought patterns are coming up, and just observe it, and don't even necessarily try to make sense of like why it's happening. Just let it happen. Just observe it and let it happen. Just like when you ever try to meditate the first time and you watched a video of someone explaining it to you, or someone explained it to you in real life, or however that happened for you, Usually people take the metaphor of like when the thoughts are coming in, just observe them as if there are clouds that are passing by, and let them just pass through. So let that thought pass through. You acknowledge it, you look at it, but you're not trying to like bite yourself into it and try to figure out what it means and what it's trying to say. You just observe it and see it for what it is and let it go. So that's the same thing of that confusion. You can use the same metaphor here. It's just like let that confusion happen, observe it, watch it, and then just let it go. Let it happen the way it happens, the way it moves through your body and your brain and your understanding and your processing. Okay, because this is really what helps you then to get to the breakthrough and move through that next level, instead of trying to make sense of everything, because then you're getting stuck in that confusion energy, and I don't want you to get stuck there. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments. I was really trying to like nail it down as best as possible of like how it is happening within me, because like I said, I have that channel, I have that gate defined. And yeah, actually, I would like to know, do you have that gate defined as well? It is in the head center, the 64. So when you look at your human design, you will see that the 64 is lit up with a color. It usually is black and red or white and red, or either or, because the red energies is subconscious energies and the black, or sometimes depicted as white energies, are conscious energies. So it can be either both, or it can be either or. And then that means that this gate is defined. So let me know in the comments if that's you. I will be very interested in like maybe talking to you a little bit more about this, because it's part of like my life as well, like all the time, not just this week. Okay, something else that came through while I was meditating was you have to do something fun. You have been digressing on allowing yourself to have fun. You have been digressing on allowing yourself to do something that makes you happy. Follow your hobbies, follow your joy, do something genuinely for it being fun. Like it doesn't have to be connected to anything that you continuously do necessarily. If that is the case, beautiful, because then you can do it every day, or you know, at least on a regular basis, because that would be the next step of like trying to do this thing that makes you happy more often. But right now I feel like the energy is more about finding back to what even brings you fun. Okay, it's super important that you do this month, this week preferably, actually. Then a very good energy right now, or to use that energy right now in the best way possible, is to declutter. Let go of things that are not serving you energetically anymore. If it's clothes, I just posted a video on my Instagram story where I literally decluttered my closet and let go of a bunch of things. So that is a really good thing to do throughout the entire month, but specifically around the new moon, which is actually today. So like this week would also actually be much, much better energetically than just the entire month. And maybe even a fast or a detox. Same thing throughout the month, but even better this week. Make space, like make energetic space, not just through things that you rid yourself of in your environment, in your place, in your home, but also declutter your body. And another thing of doing that is decluttering emotions that have been stuck, letting go, detoxing these emotions. Have a good cry, have a good session of shadow work, have a good session of journaling, right? Screaming, yelling, whatever it is that you need to do in order to let something go. Okay, so physically around you, clothes, like your entire environment, like your bedroom, your living room, whatever, and then also your body and your emotions. Okay, then I don't know what it is exactly because they didn't show me, but I kept hearing fire, 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 and I asked, is it an actual fire? And they said yes. So there's an actual fire outbreak somewhere, so please be careful. They also showed me that it is not necessarily connected to anybody watching this video, but it will be in like close proximity, or like close enough for you to notice it. Okay, so it might be in somewhere in your neighborhood, or it might be, you know, at least in the same city or in the same environment or something, or it might be someone that you know or you used to know or something, but like that news around that fire will come to you. Okay, and you will somehow not be impacted directly, but it will be close enough to reach you, that notification, that message, right? Okay. And if that happens, then please pay attention to what you are thinking about, feeling about right now or in that moment, or also who are you with, because that fire is an alarm sign. It is to alarm you about something. Okay. It might be um, that person that you're with, that person that you're thinking about in that moment, that person that you cry about or you vent about in that moment to another person. Like, you will know instantaneously and intuitively what it is connected to. But as soon as you either see the fire or you get the message around the fire, this is where you need to pay attention. Okay, what was I doing? What was I thinking about? Who was I thinking about? Who was I talking about? Who was I talking to? And you will intuitively know that that thing, that object, that pattern, or that person is connected to something that does not serve you anymore, and it's time to let that go. Okay. I feel that very, very strongly for anybody of you that will see or hear or smell fire, even. Like, it will be close enough for you to be, you know, noticing it. Okay. Some other signs that were coming through to confirm that this message is for you is hide and seek. Maybe you're playing hide and seek. Maybe you're watching someone playing hide and seek. Maybe you see it on TV. Maybe someone talks about it to you. Maybe you bring it up as a metaphor and then you're like, oh, wait a minute, Jana said that in a video. However it comes to you. And then number 777, 123, 888, and 999. And then a green caterpillar came up as well. So that might also be a thing. So you might actually see it on TV, you see it in real life, you see it as a print on a shirt or whatever, a green caterpillar. And then 777, 123, 888, or 999. Okay. Pay attention when these numbers are coming up, same thing. Or the caterpillar, same thing, right? Like, connected to that video, you need to watch it. That message within that video is for you, whatever message it is. And also pay attention of what is going around in your mind, in your environment, while you are seeing these signs. Okay, let's get into the cards. Okay, Spirit, what is it that the collective needs to know right now? I feel my solar plexus very strongly right now as well. So the solar plexus is about courage, it's about taking that step, it's about doing that thing, but it's also about your emotions and your connection to your emotions. So some of you really need to tend to your solar plexus. Pay attention to your solar plexus. Eat more yellow things. Surround yourself with more yellow. Surround yourself with be in the sun. Um, maybe a meditation. Tend to your solar plexus. Okay, what is it that the collective needs to know right now, Spirit? What else is it that we need to know right now? Ooh, that was fast. Beautiful. Okay, the first two ones that came out together were progress and light codes. Okay, so interesting about the light codes, because I was just talking about be in the sun because your solar plexus needs attention. And this card really talks about how you should be getting into the sun today, because Spirit asks you to receive messages in the most natural way, basking in the sun. 15 minutes in general is very recommended on a daily basis for health benefits. But not just that, the sun holds light codes that activate us, so we fuse with our highest self and become more of ourselves. It's time you prioritize these moments of pure bliss in your life, and that will help you to progress. You are already progressing. Things are moving forward, and it does not really feel like it, but it is happening. Okay. So, like, you can see the spiral here for the progress card that I chose instead of like doing something like this. I choose this because this is how it feels to me when I'm progressing. Let's say this is the spiral, right? And or let's actually use the card. This is the spiral, and on every level up, you will meet a new lesson, right? Like a new test. So the test is here, and then you're progressing and you're going up, and it's like everything is great. And then you meet the same lesson again, and it feels like you're going backwards, but you're not. You did go upwards. And in order to go upwards more, you have to go through that lesson, through that test on this level again. It's the same lesson, it's just looking different and with a little bit less intensity emotionally, because you already are on a higher perspective and on a higher energy level at this point, that it might look like you're going backwards because you are going through the same lesson, but you have more skills and more understanding about how to manage that lesson. And then you're going up again after you went through that lesson again, and then you will meet that lesson again. And this happens at every level that you're getting to. Okay, so this is why it sometimes feels like you're going backwards, but you're not at all. You are on a whole new level, looking at that thing and that lesson from a whole new different perspective, and it will be easier. The feeling is still there, it's the same feeling, it just has a little less intensity. Does that make sense? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say and how I'm explaining this. So please let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you and if that resonates, because I always try to like find the words that is easiest to understand for everyone, because this is really what I want. I want you to understand the energetics behind life. Like that's what I'm saying. Like when I work with you in my coaching, eventually I want you to leave my coaching and be able to do this work on your own. I'm always going to be there. You can always come back. You know, I have a lot of clients like book more coaching sessions after they are done with the initial 8 or 16 or even 24 weeks, because they're like, yeah, I can do it alone, absolutely, but it's so much quicker if I do it with you. And then they decide to do it in that way. And that still comes from a higher self perspective, and not like I can't do this on my own, I need Jana to do this. It's just like I can do this on my own, but I know it's going to be quicker and even more fun when I do it with Jana, because I have so much fun with my clients. Actually, we laugh all the time about the lessons that we are going through and how we can manage that. So but initially, I want you to understand how it works, because I don't know if I'm going to do coaching for the rest of my life either, you know? Okay, but back to the cards. The next card that came out is Mirror, which is 5-line energy in the human design system. Please let me know if you have a 5-line in your profile. If you were 3-5 or 1-5 or 5-1, please let me know. I always love 5-line people, because you are, as the 5-line energy, when you have the 5-line energy, you are the mirror to society. So since this card came out right now for everyone watching this video, that means that you are being called to function like a mirror to society, or to some people around you at least. They might not be able to see how their behavior affects you. This might be negative or positive. Make sure to reflect back to them what you receive. Sometimes we need to step up and show others the way. This is your chance to step into this role right now. So it really is to help other people see what they are not capable of seeing themselves. Okay, and that actually sometimes that actually means that you need to trigger people in order for them to see what they're not capable of seeing without your help. Okay, so that is what you're being asked to step into at the moment. And then it is very much connected to your blueprint as well. Okay, this card is really about the energy of you understanding that you have everything within you and you can tap back into that at all times. We have decided to come to this planet with our trials, with our lessons, with the people that are connected to us when it comes to family, friends, and people that we meet throughout our lifetime, in order for us to progress and learn and get to the next level, right? So you always have access to move back into your blueprint, to move back into your energy. And this is really connected to that breakthrough energy that this week is about, like the entire reading so far, actually, because that confusion that you think you're going backwards, but you're actually not, is from the progress card. When you let it happen the way it needs to happen and just bask in it and embrace it, This is when the breakthroughs are coming through. This is when the downloads are coming. And then you can actually help others to do the same thing. Tap into their blueprint by mirroring back to them what they are not capable of seeing themselves. Okay. And then we have the unexpected card on the bottom of the deck. The unexpected card is just really about you making space for miracles, you making space for the unexpected, you being open to receive unexpected blessings, and being open to even negative, quote unquote, negative unexpected things happening, because that might be the energy that needs to be recalibrated and readjust so that you match what you are calling in. Okay. So don't always be, I don't want that when something doesn't go the way you intended it to be, because it actually maybe needs to happen to move and fuse and readjust that energy so that you actually have that next step that you have to take in order to get to the thing that you're trying to call in. Okay. Beautiful reading this week, like always. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me grow this channel by commenting, liking, subscribing, sending it to people that you know need that message. I truly, truly, truly appreciate you. I have so much love for you. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for helping me grow and expand in myself. That is being reflected in the growth and expansion in my different social channels. And let me know how that microphone works. I love you. Bye.